I told my therapist the day after my father died that I should have seen the warning signs, that he had given up on his fight, that his final push was until Christmas, and after that, he was just done. She said, it's not abnormal for someone with complex trauma to not recognize warning signs. I said, no, I can't see warning signs because the universe is an asshole. She says, no, that's just the way you've been conditioned. My response was back, no, it's an asshole because it's a horrible thing for the universe to place an intersex child with a father who hated their existence. And she asked, was I angry? And my response immediately was no, followed by a yes, followed by, I don't know. The only thing I know is I am broken. And by broken, I mean I am broken by the silence that filled the void where I love you should have been. I am broken by the hate that he poured into my skin so deep I cannot tell you where he ends and I begin. I am broken that it took 48 years for him to see me, to say, I love you, I'm sorry. She set down her pad and she looked at me as she leaned in and she said, your anger is the love you have found for yourself that should have come from those whose job it was love and protect you. It should have come from those whose job it was to support you but only showed you hurt. And my first reaction was going to be, it wasn't that bad. But it was more of a, oh, well, fuck. Because having the realization shoved on you that your entire life has been sculpted around surviving, that your entire life has been sculpted into dodging the treacherous waters of your father's abuse or the treacherous waters of your mom's abusive boyfriends, that you have begun to see yourself through their eyes, that you have begun to hear your voice as theirs, and you've begun to hate yourself with their hate. The second thing that I realized was that for the last, I don't know how many years, the universe was screaming at me with flashing red lights, screaming one thing, to let go. To let go of the fear that I would never be enough to love, not as a daughter, not as a mother, not as a wife. I would just never be enough. Because trauma is really good at teaching you to melt yourself into the paint of the wall you are in. It is really good at teaching you how to survive in the moment, but it is horrible at teaching you love, especially self. The next thing that I realized, or the next thought that came to my mind, was maybe the universe isn't the asshole after all. Maybe the universe is broken because we are broken. Tragically, beautifully, however you want to put it. And along with that, for years, the universe has been trying to tell me one thing: to let go, because I am enough. Their inability to not love me was never about me. It was about them. And it was my issue now to love myself. So as I sat there, I scribbled down a little poem. My first lesson on loving myself. Note to self. You are not Da Vinci. You are not Michelangelo carving flawless marble. You are creating a life from broken, from ashes, from wounds that have teeth that may never heal, but you are still worthy of love. You are still enough.